Hey users, what's going on? Robert Warshak here, and we've got some exciting news. We've got new nerfs rolling out. We just had some nerfs not too long ago, and now we've got more nerfs coming September 8th when they release the 18.2 update. BGs is actually getting some parties. Not that I play BGs, but it's a pretty big deal because it allows friends and streamers to play together. But our main objective is to take a look at normal Hearthstone ranked cards, and what we got here is the first nerf. It's going to be the Secret Passage, which, as we know, for a 1-mana card is absolutely insane. You get to replace your hand with 5 cards from your deck, and then you swap back at the end of the turn. Rogues, they dump their hand, they play Secret Passage at 5 or 6 mana. Their deck has a very low curve, and then they just throw out 5 more cards, and then they get their old hand back. It's a pretty obnoxious top deck from Rogue, and it basically gives them unlimited gas in the mid to late game. So they've taken this down from 5 to 4 cards. That may not seem like a lot, but it is. I still think it'll see play in the aggro rogue decks and many of the other aggro rogue builds. Its power level roughly went down about 20%, but like I said, I think it'll still be played, and it's still a really good card because they didn't really change the mana cost, and 1 mana basically draw 4 is pretty good. Moving to the Cabal Alkalite. Very, very obnoxious priest card if you haven't seen it already or played against it. Its ult attack was a 4-mana 2/6 taunt spellburst in control of a random enemy minion with 2 or less attack. This in combination with wave was a really good combo. It could take any size minion. They've basically made this card stat-wise not very competitive. It's a 4-mana 2/4 now with taunt, same ability and everything. But because of how good the card was already statted, like a 4-mana 2/6 with taunt is already just good, and his ability was just way over the top. So now the card is statted so that the ability is why you play this card, not just it's a good card plus you have an insane ability, which makes this card more fair, which Priest is not. Oh my god, he's only Overload 1 now too? I didn't even read the Overload. Oh my god. And heading on over to the Totem Goliath, a card that I didn't actually think like was gonna get touched. It's just kind of like a weird card to get hit on, but it got a huge buff. It's a 5-mana 5/5. Instead of Overload 2, it's Overload 1 now. That's huge. Like, this card is actually like really giga good now, instead of just already being good, because we did our budget Totem Shaman deck. The card played very well, very hard to remove. Getting 4 totems is good, but now he's just even better. He's just a better Totem Goliath, and that's what you like to see if you're a Totem Shaman player. Moving down to the Arch Witch Willow. Before, she was a 9-mana 7/7 Battlecry summoner random demon from your deck in hand, and now she's an 8-mana 5/5 with the same exact ability. When I was playing the big Warlock, I understood having 8 is good because you want to be able to hero power in the same turn, but losing 2/2 in stats, like, she's already a pretty memey card. I would have been cool if they left her at like a 6/6 or maybe a 6/7, but making her a 5/5 is just a little questionable because she's already a meme card, right? So you reduced her stats down, but you didn't need to, like, you basically you valued her 1 mana at a 2/2 in stats, and already a 1-mana 2/2 is like one of the most played aggro cards in the game, right? So her buff matched her nerf, which she wasn't seeing, so now this won't make her any better. Like, she's still not gonna see play off this, but whatever. And then moving down to Dark Glare, a problem card in WoW and an up-and-comer in standard format. Zoo is getting more and more popular, especially, of course, the Pain variant of Zoo, and they moved this guy from being a 3-mana 3/4 after your hero takes damage, refresh 2 mana crystals to a 2-mana 2/3, so still good in stats. After your hero takes damage, refresh a mana crystal. So they cut the amount of mana that you receive from this guy in half, which if you didn't watch, we talked about pretty in-depth on last week's Metabreakers podcast, which me, Draco, and D-Money discuss up-and-coming cards, nerfs, and the Hearthstone meta in detail. If you haven't catched it already, it happens every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel. But besides that, this is a fair nerf. The card is still good, and I still think we'll see play. It's just not broken anymore. Basically, being able to play a 0-mana Raise the Dead and get 2 mana crystals from that, and then play cards off of the Raise Dead, which damage you more, which gives you free mana crystals, and then you get to play Flesh Giants while also getting more mana crystals, while also summoning more minions, while also, I don't know, doing Warlock shit. He's just a good card. Now he's a little bit more fair, and even statted still very competitively. A 2-mana 2/3 is nothing to scoff at, and gaining half the mana crystals just makes this guy reasonable now. So, with that, those are all the nerfs that we covered. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, and anything that you might think Blizzard should have touched on and they didn't, or stuff that maybe I did not think about when covering the new nerfs with these particular cards. And as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next episode, of course. I'm Rob Warshak, and happy whatever the hell day it is.